Hello, peoples.
Oh, we're doing a vlog?
Yeah, just a little bit for the clip because we're at Pride, so yay.
Yay.
And this is Brett's first Pride. What do you think?
I don't know. There's too many people.
There's a lot of people. It's a record-breaking year for Columbus Pride. 600,000 in attendance this year. Beats the previous record by 200,000. So it's pretty wonderful. What's it like being around? What's it like being in the majority for the first time in your life? Knowing that everybody around you, that you can be comfortable and do everything you want and not worry about judgment.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. That's what I told him. It was kind of like that for me last year. It's very like.
It felt like an initiation. He told me like we were at a volunteer thing, and he comes up, hugs me, and he's like, "Welcome to Pride," and I'm like, I didn't sip like the red like juice or anything. I'm sorry.
Yep. But it's been good, right? Have you had fun?
Yeah, so far.
Me too. We got a new flag. Got a wristband. And
Dog tags.
Yep. Got his dog tag for the year. So I've got my 2 now, and we'll keep adding them. So yep. And there's probably more to come. I don't know what it is. There's some footage of the parade. So here's that. Hey everybody, welcome to the Justin T. Weller Show on TrueChat, broadcasting from Cincinnati, Ohio this week. As always, I am thrilled to be with you guys. I know that you just got done watching a clip of Bret and I at Pride. We did go to Columbus Pride this last week, and I want to start off by saying this week's video is kind of just like a big old mishmash of everything that's happened this past week and coming up next week. I feel like there's been so many things going on the past few weeks. We've been showing you a lot of different stuff that you might be falling behind on some of what's going on, so I want to update you, and to do so responsibly I have a nice notebook list here of things that I want to make sure to get through because they are all very important. So again, as you saw, Bret and I went to Columbus Pride this last week. It was Bret's first Pride, and it was kind of a hard decision to make, to be honest, because we were fighting whether or not to go based on what had happened in Orlando. My side of it was very much, and I still feel this way, and I wish I had said this more in last week's video, we have to show not just ISIS, but the world, that the LGBT community is strong, that we will not fade away quietly, and that we won't go down without a fight. We've got to stand up and speak up. And Bret's approach to it was, yes, but is that worth your life? And so, we had a very good dialogue, and I really don't feel like it's one of those things where somebody's right and somebody's wrong. There really is, a couple sides or more to something like this. And I think it's important that in any relationship, whether it's, somebody like Bret and I or anybody, you've got to communicate. And we did a good job of that. We really tested. I think this is one of the more difficult weeks we've had. There were 2 or 3 days there where it was very high stress as to whether or not to show up at Columbus Pride. I was supposed to speak about action for us. That did end up coming to fruition in terms of somebody got to what I wanted to have said, got said, and that was really important. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that now. But I just wanted to say that I do think, and we both felt that way, that it can be very scary, but as soon as we start changing our lives, they have won. So do not be afraid. And when I say that, it seems, people think it's like, okay, well, easy to say. You're right, it is easy to say. Of course I was a little scared. I was worried. I didn't want anything to happen, but I didn't show it. I still went out and did it. And that's the key, is that we have to stand united. We have to show solidarity, and we have to all show up to these things. So transitioning to Columbus Pride, which again you saw a little bit of, there were 600,000 in attendance for those of you that follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, anywhere. you would see that I posted a picture of Bret and I and said record attendance 600,000. That's 200,000 more than the previous record. Great. I'm hoping that that is in part because of the Orlando shooting. I'm hoping that people are realizing life is too short to just live in the closet the whole time. I think everybody comes to that realization at some point, but this is one of those times where I think a lot of people are probably coming to get that, to understand that we've got to live our lives, because you might not have an opportunity to forever. At some point you're going to die, whether it's of natural causes or otherwise, and in the meantime, I want to get all I can out of life. So Bret really actually enjoyed Pride. It broke down a lot of his preconceptions about what Pride is and the type of people there and all that stuff. It's a big festival. We both volunteered. It was really fun. I got to see one of my friends who I haven't seen in months, Jacob. Got to talk with him at Pride. We had a good catch-up session and got to reminisce with a few people from last year's Pride. So the other thing that Columbus Pride marks is approaching Bret and I's 1-year anniversary. Tomorrow, which is June 20th, is Bret and I's 1-year anniversary, and it was right after Pride last year as well. So always when we get to Columbus Pride, we know that we're approaching that time. But I'm going to talk about that in our next month thing coming up here in a minute. So actionforus.org. If you want, the thoughts and the prayers are great. They're wonderful. They're what we need for our community right now in this time. But we've got to do something to change it. Austin Wallace, Nikolai Sisson, and Cole Ledford, as well as myself, have joined forces. They're YouTubers as well, and we're looking to add more all the time, to create actionforus.org. Please check it out. It's basically, we have a legislative agenda laid out of things that we want to get changed. We're taking suggestions. We need volunteers. We need donations. And we're hoping to do a march on the Capitol in the fall. Exact date and time not yet set, but you can be sure to hear plenty more about it in the coming months. So I'm really excited about that. I think it could be a wonderful thing, and I really would love to see some of you guys there. So please check out actionforus.org. There's a link to it in the description below. Bret and I went to Kings Island this last week on a different note. Actually just today. We have season passes, so we get in a half hour early. We rode 6 rides today in like 2.5 hours. So that was really cool. Came home, went to the store. Now we're doing the video, then we have to clean. So that's kind of what today's been. This last week also marks Bret's first time at an Arby's. He had never been before, so I told him, let's go to one. It's not something that apparently is in Chicago, or maybe just not where he grew up, but so we took him to Arby's right across the river in Cincinnati and Newport. So that was pretty much this last week. A lot of different stuff going on. I know it's been a tough week, and I always kind of mess with Austin and Nikolai, who I'm good friends with, about their closing, but it is true. Try to remember that if you're feeling, scared, if you're feeling alone, you're not, because I'm here, Bret's here, there's other people like us. Our community is all feeling this. You're not alone in these thoughts and feelings. I am going to do my best to respond to all comments this week, so please, if you need to talk, just say something in the comments and we'll work it out. So over the next week, as well as the next month, a few things have become more firmed up, and I just wanted to bring you up to speed. So again, Bret and I's 1-year anniversary. I've got something really cool planned, and I would tell you, but he is in the apartment. So I'm going to do a little reminiscing with him, as well as a gift that is something that I'm sure will make him happy. So you'll just have to watch next week's video to see what all that entailed. We'll be bringing Bret in to give his reactions as well. TrueChat. Okay, so you notice in my opening to my shows, I tell you that on TrueChat is the media podcast network that I co-founded 4 years ago with my friend Camden Pierce. It's what him and I do full time. We have 15 national radio shows. and we are transitioning to what's called TrueChat Next over the next month or so. It's a whole new user platform, and TrueChat is basically going to be a place where you can read, listen, or watch the same content. So a show like this, you would be able to read a synopsis of the show, like an article. You could listen to the audio version, or you could watch the video version. Now, of course, there will be content that's exclusively video. This show is probably one of those that will be, and there will be some that are exclusively one other form of content. But mainly our current issues show, which is everything that's happening current event-wise as well as politics. That show and the True Sports Show will definitely be in all three formats, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So TrueChat's got a really lot of wonderful things that we offer, and we are growing and growing and growing, and the way we keep growing is when people like you tune in. I know that you guys are from around the country. Take an opportunity. TrueChat, TrueChat.org, TrueChat.org. Check out the website. It's again in the description below. And let me know what you think. I am very interested. I'd love for you guys to listen. I host a multitude of shows there, so if you like what I do here, there's a chance you'll like what I do there. The other thing is that we are starting True Town shows all around the country. These are local-based shows where they focus on events, activities, issues in local areas. So I know you guys listen from around the country, or watch from around the country rather. If you think that your town could use something like that, please let me know in the comment section, okay? There's a great opportunity for us to meet if it comes to fruition. If you know people in your city government or anything like that, let us know. I am going to PrideCon, as well as Bret and Austin and Nikolai. We're taking the TrueChat, that company that I co-founded. We're taking the tour bus to California, so we're in Cincinnati. We'll head down to Houston and then over to Anaheim, California, and there will be a lot of great footage of that, so stay tuned, lots of updates. That's at the end of July. Next week, at the end of next week, is Cincinnati Pride, so Bret and I's hometown here, our Pride, is happening, and we'll try to make sure to bring you some footage of that and let you know what we think as well. Patreon. If you like what I do, if you like seeing Bret, if you want us to keep doing these things, the Justin T. Weller Show can be supported by you guys through Patreon. So it's patreon.com/Justin T. Weller. And there's all kinds of exclusive rewards based on what you pledge. $5 a month is a big help. It really is. So if you can afford that, $10, great. That would be wonderful. Last but not least, thank you. Thank you all. 299 subscribers yesterday when I last checked, and I'm sure as you're watching this, over 300 subscribers. It's been great. It really has. 17 videos, and we're this far. I'm excited to keep going. Some of you have really been very avid since the beginning, and I am so thankful for that. I have thousands of people that listen to me on TrueChat, on podcasting, and I was a little skeptical about coming into the video space. And it's been embraced really well, and I could not be happier with the results. Obviously, you guys seem to care about what I say, and it means a lot. It really does. So thank you. And if you like today's video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe down below, and share with your friends. Share is this week's thing to accomplish. Share. Share this video with your friends. Let's keep going. 300 is a wonderful mark. 1,000 will be better. 10,000 will be better. 50,000, 100,000. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. As always, thank you very much for tuning in to the Justin T. Weller Show on TrueChat, broadcasting from Cincinnati, Ohio on this Sunday, June 19th, 2016. It has certainly been a pleasure to speak with you guys today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. As always, we'll see you next time on the Justin T. Weller Show. Be the change.